Greetings to you, dear students. You're welcome to today's lesson. I am Mr. Solomon, like you know before. Today's topic will be treating agriculture in stock exchange. So, what is stock exchange? Just like marketing is, just like the word implies exchange, you are exchanging something for something, just like a market. So, stock exchange is the buying and selling of goods available now and in the future. If you're talking about stocks, you talk about securities, you talk about shares, you talk about bonds. So these securities are being bought in a stock exchange market. Now, a typical place to buy and sell a stock in Nigeria is a Nigeria Stock Exchange. Now, under the stock exchange, companies listed under the stock exchange are called PLC, which means it's public limited company, which means that they can sell their shares to the general public. Now, this is different from when you talk about limited. Now, a company can be called limited. For instance, if you talk about UPSS Ventures Limited, they don't sell shares to the general public. Unlike when you talk about the PLC, companies listed as PLC sell their shares to the general public. When you visit, for instance, if you come to school every day, you know that there are people that are involved in the school activity. We have the teachers, we have the vice principals, we have the bursar, we have the accountant. Now, the people involved in stock exchange, we have the stock jobbers and we have the stock brokers. Now, the stock jobbers do not have any interaction with the general public, whereas the stockbroker have interaction with the general public. If you are to sell your shares in a stock exchange, it is the stockbroker that you have an interaction with. So the stockbroker stands like a middleman between the stock jobber and then the general public. Now, to go into the focus of the day, the importance of agriculture in stock exchange. Stock exchange has importance to other companies like the oil companies, where we are focusing on agriculture. There are so many agricultural companies, agro-allied companies listed in the stock exchange. Now, what is the importance of these agro-allied companies listed in the stock exchange? One is that it encourages agriculture in stock exchange. The second one is also encourages contract farming. It also encourages exchanging of securities into cash. For instance, one has invested his or her money into stock exchange, into buying shares. Now, if he or she wants to go into agriculture, he can as well sell those shares. He gets the money and then he can use the money to invest in agriculture. Now, agriculture and stock exchange also encourages the government to go into agriculture. Now, a quick view as to how stock exchange works. Most times, whenever a company is like, let me take my focus as a Nestle or Cadbury. Now, whenever Cadbury wants to sell out shares, it can be either to the general public or you can either go to the stock exchange floor, as a Nigerian Stock Exchange. Now, you meet the stockbroker there. It tells you who is willing to sell out his or her shares under Cadbury. Now, if you can get somebody that wants to sell his or her shares from Cadbury, then you as a buyer will buy the shares from the person. The person selling can either sell the full part of his shares. Maybe if he has 1,000 units or maybe 10,000 units, he can decide to sell all or part of it. Now, you as a buyer, you buy part of it and you become a joint owner in Cadbury. All right. Now, from there, if you are able to, if maybe with time, maybe after 10 years, maybe after 5 years or with time, you can decide to sell your shares again to the general public, whoever is willing to buy. Now, you're able to raise some money for yourself to go into agriculture. Now, Cadbury is an example of an agro-allied industry that makes use of some raw materials such as cocoa to make their finished product. Now, another example is Okomo oil. We also have another example. We have Nestle, we have Dangote sugar, These are agro-allied industry that are listed under the Nigerian Stock Exchange. Now, students, I have some feedback questions for you. What is an agro-allied industry? That's one. Then you also need to tell me the raw materials being used by companies like Nestle. Number one, Nestle. Number two, Unilever. Then number three, you need to tell me the raw materials used by Nigerian flour mills or flour mills Nigeria. So these three questions that I've asked you, you give me the feedback by inputting your answer in the note and question box below. Thank you very much. Do have a wonderful week ahead. Bye-bye.